Hello. We're back. It's the next day. I still haven't taken a shower, and that's why I'm wearing a hat instead of I didn't take care and brush my hair. So where we last left off, we're about halfway done, I believe, with this cool little mine shaft type thing. This is the new Lego sets. There's like 6 of them that come out in November. And so yeah, I'm answering your questions. So let's get right on to it.
Okie dokie, we're back with another round of questions. So, first question, Danita A asks, will you play Don't Starve again, pretty please? Well, that is interesting you say that. Interesting you request that. Etho and I have actually been talking about, we were both fans of Don't Starve when it first came out. Both of us did Let's Plays on it. And apparently there's going to be a multiplayer version coming out. It was supposed to be out this summer, but I think it's going to be out around Christmas time. We've been talking about it. It's not 100% for sure that we're going to do a collab on it, but there has been discussion. So, Candace C asks, what do you miss most about America, and what is your favorite thing about Bulgaria? I miss Mexican food the most. And I know that seems so silly and like trivial, but and people say, why don't you just make it at home? They don't even have the right ingredients. Like, it's really, really hard to get cilantro. I've only seen it like once in the year that I've been here. And like, they don't understand what chili powder is. For them, chili powder is paprika or like cayenne pepper. So I could order the stuff from Amazon, but it's too much of a pain. But I really miss like a good, like, hole-in-the-wall Mexican. My favorite Mexican dish is actually lengua tacos, is a beef tongue with a little bit of onion and some cilantro and lime juice. Oh, so good. And what is my favorite thing about Bulgaria is so I like food related. I'm a foodie. Food related, I like that you could go to almost any restaurant and they have a lunch menu that's like home cooked meals. So you get like legit like some kind of pork that's been roasted in the oven, or a homemade soup, or something like that. Cabbage, what they get, stuffed cabbage leaves and things. And they're all just so good, man. You can't go wrong. As far as other stuff, I just like the fact that it seems really laid back here. And I don't know if that's just it's a European way of life or just here in Bulgaria, but things are just kind of quiet and easygoing. You go to go sit in the park. There's so many people just sitting in the park and talking. And I think that's something that America, they don't really have, is that like kind of sit around, and just enjoy life type of mentality. So that I really enjoy that. Okay, John C says, do you have any tattoos, and or what do you think of them? I don't have any tattoos. I think they're cool if they are really well done and unique and reflect the person's personality. When I was in college, I wanted one really bad. The closest I ever got to getting one was I was a big fan of Nirvana, and there was a Nirvana poster where it was either, I think it was Kurt Cobain had sketched Dante's Inferno, 7 Layers of Hell, or it was just like a sketch he got from a book or whatever. But I thought that was the coolest thing, and I wanted to have that on the bottom of my foot, like the sole of my foot. And I went to the tattoo place, and they were like, no, we can't do it there, man, because that part of your body sheds skin so much because like you're walking on it, that it would just fade away like super quick. And so I didn't do it. I've contemplated getting a sleeve tattoo because I think that'd be cool. It's like go big or go home, have a whole arm just tattooed up. But I don't know what I would do. And I feel like my personality is I get I get tired of the same old thing. So I move around a lot, and I like jump from YouTube series to YouTube series, game to game. So I think like if I got something, even if it was super cool, I would look at it and be like, oh man, I'm so tired of this. I wish I had done something different. So I don't think I'll ever get a tattoo, to be honest. Matt M., do you have a favorite place to visit where you live now, like a good restaurant or an interesting theater or something along those lines? Yeah, there's quite a few restaurants I really enjoy. There's a pizza place that's got an actual Italian guy flew over to live here, brought his oven with him, and it's like those thin crust pizzas that doesn't have a whole lot of toppings on it, and you go in it and it cooks in like 3 minutes or less. It's like, whoo, whoo, whoo. Oh, so good. And movie theaters, there's that 4DX where it's got the chairs move, and of course it's 3D, and like wind and smoke and water and all sorts of stuff actually shoots on you. It's kind of like an amusement park ride. It's really awesome. And then I really like a lot of the parks. My wife and I just kind of walk around. Beautiful. There's so many parks around here. And some of them are really well kept up, and some of them are kind of dilapidated, but still it's so nice, the nature, just to walk around, see these old, like, post-communist era or communist era statues, of like their war heroes and stuff like that. It is really, really cool. I will do a vlog on that one day. Let's see. John B., do you ever plan on moving again? If so, where would you move to and why? I feel pretty sure I will move again at some point in my life. Bulgaria is great. And I may treat it as a home base and then just kind of travel the world a little bit is what I'd love to do. I love Japan. I would live in Japan in a heartbeat, especially if I could do YouTube and wouldn't have to worry about, going to like a 9-to-5 job. I love the people. I love the culture. I love the food. I love everything about Japan. That would be my ideal place. I would entertain hanging out in some Southeast Asian countries. So Thailand and Malaysia and stuff like that would be awesome. But yeah, Japan's number one on my list. My wife is going to come in and open the door right as I'm recording, I have a feeling. Chance S., what language do deaf people think in? That's a good question. And the only thing I can think of is, like, my wife's Bulgarian, and for the most part, she thinks in Bulgarian. Deaf people don't know what any language sounds like. So I imagine they must think of their own. They must have their own language that they think in. I mean, it has to be like some kind of sound, I'm guessing. And so they're probably, each deaf person has their own language. That's my guess. I don't know if that's right, but that is my guess. That's a good question. It's kind of like what is the sound of one hand clapping? Well, let's see. Claire P., everyone receives negative comments on YouTube. How do you deal with these, and how do you stop them affecting your work? For the most part, I don't let it bother me. I realize that there's a large number of people on the internet in general that probably don't have the most well-developed social skills in the world, and some of them may even have some mental disorders or social disorders. But then I also know that there's a group of very, very level-headed, normal people who are just really passionate about, what I do and, and their entertainment. And so if I do something that they don't enjoy, they'll be negative about it. And of course, the Reddit has some great people on it, but it's also full of really negative people as well. I don't let it bother me because that's their problem. As long as I'm happy doing what I'm doing, I can't please everybody. I can barely please a fraction of the people. So the only thing I can really care about is myself and whether or not I'm happy with what I'm doing. So the the comments don't really bother me. I picture there was a kid when I first went to PlayOnCon that Good caught him on camera where he picked his nose and ate it. And I talked to the kid. He was a total jerk ass, terrible kid. And I mean, he was cussing at people and talking bad to girls and all sorts of stuff. But Good caught him picking his nose and eating it. And I always pictured that kid. I'm like, that's who made that comment, and it totally just negates the comment whatsoever. So next one is from Claire P. Everyone, oh no, I already did that one. My wife just came in and threw me off. This one's from Josie Lehman. Your most embarrassing public restroom story. I don't know if I've told this before or not. I think I have. I was in Thailand, and we had just bought some furniture there. And the owner of the place was so happy that we bought furniture that he took us out to a legit local Thai bar. And so we were there. We were having some drinks and listening to music. And I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And so I go into the restroom, and I'm at the urinal, and I'm starting to pee. And all of a sudden, this dude comes up and starts giving me a back massage. And I freaked out. And instantly it's like, well, I don't have to pee anymore, type of thing. So I left, and I waited and waited and waited. I just couldn't take it. I was hurting. You could feel my kidneys hurt, And I'm like, I have to go pee. And I go. I told my wife about it. She goes, wow, that's weird. And I go back, and while I'm in there, there's this dude, same dude. And he looks at me, and he's smiling, and I head to the urinal, and he starts coming up, and I'm like, no. He's like, did the old, okay. And so I'm peeing, and I look over, and he's giving this other guy a massage. It's just like a thing. It's kind of like you go to those, restrooms, and there's a guy with mints and, breath spray and, gum or whatever. This guy was just like, hey, here's, you peeing? Hey, you look like you've had a tough day. Here's a back massage. It was really strange. Very embarrassing. Luke in... On estimate, how many times have you thought to use a diamond pickaxe, but then said, nah, I'm a hermit. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'll use a stone pickaxe. For me, it's I don't like diamond picks, especially enchanted ones, because they're too fast. I like to take my time. Unless I'm really need to tear out a large amount of space in a short amount of time. I don't like efficiency 5, forget about it. Oh man, no way. There's no way. And then so if you're doing that, it's diamonds, if you don't like the extra speed, then there's really no point in using them. Stone is free. So I'd rather just have 10 stone picks in my inventory and just go to town. Corey H says, when are you starting a spreadshirt? I really want the hermit tee. I have been working with an artist for 3 friggin' months now. And the guy is very slow, like most artists are. And but I've got one coming, and it's going to be on Teespring, kind of like how B-Dubs is done. And I'm happy the way it's coming. Hopefully it'll be out by Christmas. That is my hope. Leon W says, "What do you find most difficult part of doing YouTube as a career?" I think. Honestly, the most difficult part is the fact that we have no control over a lot of what happens on YouTube, and we don't have a very good line of communication. I have someone at YouTube that I can go to with problems, but it's kind of like 1 month we may get, let's say we get $3 per 1,000 views, or something like that. Next month, $1, and there's nothing different. Or 1 month I may get 1,000 subs a day, and then the next month I get 100 subs a day, and there's no rhyme or reason. And it's not like people are getting sick of my content because I put out new content and a new series and stuff, and it's not just me, it's everybody. It's like September will hit, and everybody's like, oh my goodness, views are down 40%. And it's sometimes you can go, well, it must be school, but there's sometimes when that's not the case at all. So I think that's the worst part, is not knowing not knowing how, there's no like real connection between how well you do, like how much effort you put into a video or a series to the amount of views and revenue and subscriptions that come out of that. Yeah, so that's the worst part, but you get used to it and it becomes just kind of second nature. It's like you just ride the wave. Frederick SK, I assume you know what Oculus Rift is. What do you think of playing Minecraft with it? Is it something that interests you? So not Minecraft, but actually I've got an idea for it with the Oculus and also something else. Been talking with somebody about it. If it all works out, you guys are going to be really happy. But I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not. But yes, I know what it is. I've been a big fan of virtual reality since I first saw The Lawnmower Man, way back when I was in high school. So in the 90, 91, 92. So yeah, very excited about it. I think I've got time for two more. Carl P, what was your favorite game when growing up and what console was it on? Oh, I answered that in the last episode. It was like the Sierra games. And Paul B, what is the story with the skin? How did it come to be? A lot of people think that it was it's based off of Happy Wheels. I've never played Happy Wheels, but I have seen the guy, and it's uncanny how close it looks. No, when I first started playing, I was scared of all the zombies and stuff. I didn't want to die, and so I just was building underground constantly, and I was like, oh, I'm like a hermit. And then when I discovered a friend of mine, he's an artist, he had a custom skin that he made, Jason from Friday the 13th. He had a really awesome skin that he made. And I was like, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, you can make your own and upload it. And so I opened up Photoshop and I made my own, and that's the hermit that you see. Crooked nose and everything. I don't know. I didn't have any reference. I just made it. And then, maybe like a year later, a fan, like I didn't do a very good job of coloring. It was really pale looking and all that. And so a fan actually kind of did a recolor job on it and gave it a little more depth with some shading. And that is the skin you see today. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, I think that is it. Now let's look at the finished Lego project.
Woohoo! Boy, there's a lot of pieces in this kit. So let's see what we've got so far, or now complete, right? So we've got, as far as mobs go, we've got little Steve with the iron sword and iron armor, right? Mm-hmm. Got the spider. Very cool, very cool. We have a zombie. We have two pieces of bread, which is really strange. Like, the bread's kind of weird. And it doesn't fit anywhere. You put bread in the minecart, I guess. We got a skeleton with the arrow. And actually, there's a couple extra. The feet, you can't see the feet, but they got little bitty toes. It's so cute. And of course, we have the creeper. And yeah, man, this is really awesome. Got a full-blown minecart track going on. This, of course, has some couple little nubbins down there, so it runs through. They even made gold powered tracks to go uphill, which I think is really cool. And yeah, I mean, for Lego, I was wondering what in the heck this thing was, and it's a junction. So like, you can go this way, or you can go back that way. It's very, very cool. And then you come up here, get your diamond pick or your iron pick, go to town. I love it. I think it's really cool. And thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for your questions. Hopefully you were entertained by that. I do have one other set that I'm going to do. I'll probably do that sometime next week because my fingers are sore from putting Lego together. That is it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care. Brush your hair. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.